And welcome to Wonderla Holidays Limited Q2FY24 earnings conference call hosted by ICICI Securities. Please note that the duration of this call will be 30 minutes only. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Adidev Chattopadhyay from ICICI Securities. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of ICICI Securities, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Q2 FY24 results call of Wonderla Holidays Limited. Today from the management, we have with us, as always, Mr. Arun Chittilapilli, the Managing Director, and Mr. Arun Srinivasan, the DGM, Finance and Accounts. Now I'd like to hand over the call to the management for their opening remarks. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Aditya. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the call today on the joyous occasion of Dhanteras. On behalf of Wonderla Holidays, I would like to wish all of you a happy Diwali and extend a warm welcome to all of you to discuss the Q2 and H1 FY24 results. We started FY24 on a strong note with great performance and scaling new heights in Q1. Our EBITDA PAT were the highest since inception. I'm pleased to inform you that the growth trajectory continues for us. In Q2, we grew a remarkable 17% growth in our revenues, which stood at about 81 crores. This is a good achievement for us, typically in Q2, because of the lower seasonality at this point. This shows the faith and enthusiasm of our visitors choosing Wonderla as the first choice destination for thrill and adventure. Our strategies in digital marketing have been giving us remarkable results, enabling us to reach higher paying customers and with the relevant promotions and effective campaigns. During the quarter, we undertook different marketing campaigns to highlight festivities and events.
It seems that we have lost the connection for Mr. Arun. Please stay connected while we reconnect to him. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for patiently holding. We have the line for the management reconnected.
Yeah, hi. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, I think we did a lot of digital marketing initiatives to, enable us reach our audience, and we did a lot of festivals and events like Independence Day, Chaturthi, Ganesh Chaturthi, Onam, etc. So we had pretty good numbers during the quarter, especially during the festive season. The total footfall in our park stood at 4.96 lakhs, 6% growth YOY. Bangalore Park saw a footfall of 2 lakh visitors, 2.07 lakh visitors, Kochi Park registered a footfall of 1.8 lakhs, and Hyderabad observed a footfall of 1.05. Hyderabad is the only park which has shown a slight degrowth. But footfall for H1 stood at 15.9 lakhs versus 15.8 lakhs in H1 FY23, registering footfall growth of only 1%. Park-wise footfall in first half, Bangalore recorded a footfall of 6.7 lakh visitors. Kochi had about 5.03 lakh visitors, and Hyderabad witnessed about 4.2 lakh visitors. With the improving weather and the festive season in Q3, we anticipate better footfalls in the coming quarter. We have implemented multiple strategies to spur growth in non-ticket revenues. Consequently, our R2 in Q2FY24 increased by 9% and stood at about 1440. R2 for H1 FY24 is at 1568 rupees, registered a healthy 20% growth YOY. We endeavor to provide thrilling experiences to our visitors and are always looking at innovative ways to ramp up mojo. So during the quarter, we launched 2 new attractions in Bangalore Park, Drop Loop and Rainbow Loop. These are slides imported from a very prestigious manufacturer in Turkey. Our Hyderabad Park also won the Best Innovation Award for Mission Interstellar Ride from Department of Tourism of Telangana government. The construction of our Odisha Park is progressing at a good pace. I'm happy to announce that after receiving all the necessary approvals from Tamil Nadu government, we have commenced the construction of our park in Chennai. So we just about started doing preliminary work for starting construction of our workshops, etc. We are also exploring opportunities to establish amusement parks in different parts.
Mr. Arun, your line is not audible. Ladies and gentlemen, we have again lost connection for Mr. Arun. Please stay connected while we reconnect him to the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for patiently holding. We have a line for Mr. Arun reconnected on call.
Yeah, so could you let me know where did you lose me? Did you lose me did I move to the financial performance already?
Yes, sir, you can continue.
Yeah, okay.
Financial performance.
Yeah. So I think we've done a EBITDA of about 26.6 crores against 23, 15% growth. Then about 13% of PAT, which is a growth of about 28%. Now moving to half yearly, our revenue for first half is about 271 crores versus 222 crores in the first half of FY23, clocking a 22% growth. EBITDA is 149 crores and grown by 27% YOY, and EBITDA margin stood at 55% and increased 200 basis points by YOY. We have delivered a robust growth in profit after tax for H1, registering 98 crores versus 74.9 crores. The PAT margin is 36%, 200 BPS growth. As we continue to be debt-free, we can ensure the ability to make strategic investments and maintain high profitability. We thank you for your unwavering support and hope to deliver value to you in long term. With this, I conclude my speech and wishing all of you happy and prosperous Diwali once again. Now we can open for Q&A, please.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handset while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. First question is from the line of Jaiveer Shekhawat from Ambit Capital. Please go ahead.
Sure. Thanks for taking my question. So, Arun, my question is in relation to the kind of expectation you have for footfall growth next year, given that next year there won't be a high base, and any plans of expanding or adding more attractions at your existing parks to drive that footfall growth in FY25?
Yeah, so we should see this year we are kind of it's a coming back to kind of normalcy kind of year for us. So that's why we didn't expect any footfall growth. So next year onwards we are expecting footfall growth because we are introducing more attractions. Like I already said, we have opened a couple of attractions in Hyderabad. We are adding one more attraction in Hyderabad before the end of this year. In Bangalore is getting a very big attraction with about a 30 crore investment, which is like our virtual reality show Mission Interstellar, which we already have in Hyderabad, which we don't have it in our biggest park. So, so we are doing some of these investments. So you'll see the capacity of the park, especially Bangalore, also will go up a little bit. One of the issues we have in Bangalore is capacity, especially during peak months. So we need a big new ride to kind of soak in more people, so that's why we are doing this. So like that we are all three parks will see good investment this for the next 1.5 years to kind of grow ourselves a little bit and be able to accommodate more people. So that's going to happen here.
Sure, that's very helpful.
We'll be able to do. We are expecting to get back to like a 5% to 6% growth in footfall per year kind of a thing, which is what we are looking for. It's unrealistic to expect more than that because we are all... Sorry?
That's excluding Chennai and Odisha park. The footfall
It is excluding Chennai and Odisha. So it's unrealistic to expect more growth in Bangalore and Cochin. But we are kind of not happy with the performance of Hyderabad. We do feel there is more that we can unlock there. So we are looking to see whether we can get a higher growth of footfall in Hyderabad. So that's something that we are working on.
Sure, that's very helpful. And secondly, we heard about the bomb blast at the convention center in Kalamassery, Kochi. So was there any impact on footfalls in Kochi during the third quarter because of that?
We had an impact for about a week. I think a lot of groups, especially schools and colleges and all, they were, I think, cancelled for about a week. But they've come back since then. I think that is that died very quickly. So not a long-term impact.
Sure. And also in your recent interview, you've mentioned about opening your Odisha park by June of 24. So could you talk about your pricing strategy there and your expectation of footfalls during FY25 from the Odisha park?
See, our pricing strategy in Odisha is still being evolved, but I think we should be able to price it about 30% lower, 30 to 40% lower than our full parks, full-size parks. So because of that, I think we should be able to get a decent footfall. Arun will be able to give you some what modeling we have done in terms of footfall for the first year. I'm not sure what the exact number is. Arun?
Yeah, sir, about 6 lakh footfall is what we have tried to project.
6 lakhs, yeah, that's what I also thought.
That in the first year. And as you said, 30% cut, so 70% of Bangalore will be the pricing that we have planned there. So sure, we are expecting that to work out in future.
Sure, and could you just detail?
Maybe we will, to start off, we will be aggressive with pricing. So that depends on the marketing strategy that we take. That is still not decided how we will do it. So it could fluctuate a little bit. Our pricing might be a little more aggressive in the beginning, like an opening period and things like that. So yeah,
sure, that's helpful. And could you just detail how much of capex on the Chennai and Odisha park has already been incurred till date?
Yeah. Arun, you can just give an update.
Yeah, so till date it is 48 crores for Odisha and 113 crores for Chennai.
Sure.
That's what we have invested days. Yeah,
sure. And lastly, in terms of your discussion with various state governments,
may we please request you to rejoin the queue as there are several participants
Sure.
waiting for their turn.
Sure, no worries. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, 2 questions maximum, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to lack of time, we request the participant to restrict your questions to one per participant. The next question is from the line of Angad Kaddare from Monarch Network Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Happy Diwali and congratulations on a good set of numbers. I have a small question, just to follow up on the previous participant. Regarding the Hyderabad footfall, can you just mention the reasons why we saw a slight degrowth or flat numbers compared to the other 2 parks?
Yeah, so for us, Hyderabad is still evolving market, so our strategy needs to be a little more aggressive there. Whereas in Cochin and Bangalore, we are very well established already. Like we've been there for more than 15 years kind of thing, right? So I feel like our strategy needs to be a little different because we still feel our footfall, like our retail footfall is not as high as it's in the other 2 parks. So we need to work a little bit more. So that's why I said that I'm hopeful that by next year we should be able to change that trend.
Okay, and just one small question. Can you just provide the breakup of ticket and non-ticket revenue, ARPU, and also for footfall, walk-in and group ratio for Q2?
Yeah. So for Q2, the group versus walk-in ratio is 31:69 versus 24:76 in the last quarter of FY23. So there is more contribution from the group. So there is a 37% increase in the group contribution in Q2, and walk-in share is in a degrowth of about 4%. And in terms of breakup of ARPU, 1,048 is the APC and 392 is the SPH. Put together it is 1,440. So SPH has seen a tremendous growth of 15%. And ATP has seen a tremendous growth of 7%. Put together, it's 9% growth over last year.
Okay. Thank you. I'll get back in the queue.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Kaustubh Pawaskar from Sharekhan. Please go ahead.
So just a couple of questions. One on the employee cost. This quarter, the employee cost was higher. So any particular reason for it, or?
Employee cost compared to June, or is it compared to the last year?
Compared to last year.
So last year the employee cost will go up because of several reasons, because we have given increments, there are new roles added, new positions have been added in the current year, the management remuneration has increased. So that's why you are seeing a kind of increase there. Compared to Q1, we are down in fact. That is basically due to the commissions and profitability.
Right. And one last one on the second half. For the last year, we have seen substantial increase in the footfall. So considering that, this year, considering the high base, should we assume, flattish kind of footfalls, or still you expect that there will be, low to mid single digit kind of a footfall growth?
See, this year we are not expecting growth in footfall, to be very honest. We'll expect some minor growth here and there, and some seasons and all that. Because last year the base is so high, right? So, and this year, things are more, everything is gone back to normal. So that effect will be there, but at the same time, it's not as bad as at some point we thought we were not sure it will be, it's not as bad. So it's pretty good. We're able to improve, at least keep it steady state. This quarter, we should be able to grow a little bit more, I think better, because we are, groups are also coming back this year in a much bigger way. But can't predict for the remainder of the year. And I feel next year onwards, we should be able to show some growth because again, we are adding new rides. There'll be slightly more aggressive marketing, especially around launch of new rides and all that. So all that will create more buzz, and we should be able to grow a little bit next year.
And any final?
Towards the end. Yeah.
Any finalization of talks with any of the states where you expect to open a new park?
We are talking to various state governments. I think we will be announcing something soon. Right now, nothing because a lot of states are going into election and all that. So there's no update as such, but we will definitely. We are meeting. We are actually been talking to many state governments. So actively, we are talking to Madhya Pradesh. We are talking to Punjab. We are talking to Uttar Pradesh. We are talking to Gujarat. So these are the governments that we are talking to. As and when there is any update, we'll definitely keep you posted.
Thank you, sir, and all the best for future projects. I will get back into it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Devang Patel from Samiksha Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. The ARPU growth YOY in Q1 was much stronger at 25%. In Q2, it is at 9%. So what is the outlook for ARPU growth this year? And on a related note, there is an ATP decline in all three parks sequentially. Is this part of seasonality and the mix change, or you'd say you had to take a higher ticket price cut than you were expecting to encourage footfalls?
No. So this is in line with how we did, because Q2 for us, Arun has already told you, we had a higher growth in groups, and it's a seasonally weaker quarter for us. So sequentially, ARPU will decline because Q1 is high prices and Q2 lower prices, and the growth of group footfall. So that's completely normal. So for us to get a 9-10% growth in our Q2 is actually pretty good. ATP growth. So I think it's okay. Yeah.
And for the rest in the second half, roughly this kind of growth in footfalls and ARPU one can expect to continue?
We should be able to start growing a little bit more during the next seasons and all. I think we'll see. Hard to predict, but I think we should continue along this kind of a path. Maybe flattish growth or slightly we might see some bumps in footfalls here and there during. But it's hard to predict because it's too early to say how the quarter will or the rest of the year will. So yeah, it's hard for us to give a number on it or anything. But we should do this way or slightly better than what we are doing so far.
Okay, sir. And very quickly, reason why the Bangalore resort revenue and occupancy is down YOY?
So last year, this time we had a lot of long-staying guests from large companies who were doing projects around expanding the, like for example, Toyota had taken a lot of rooms from us, for months together. So that didn't happen this year because those kind of clients are not there. That's why you're seeing that drop. But our retail business actually grown. So it's not bad. And revenues, I think we have roughly about 10% less, Arun, compared to last year?
Yes, sir. For the quarter, we are about 15 to 16% down. But as you said, the long stays have only impacted. Last year, we sold about 1,438 rooms for long stays. This year, we have only 270 numbers. So the long stays have impacted the occupancy as well as the revenues.
But the rest of it is going. So we are okay with it.
We have seen a double-digit growth in ARR. So 21% growth is there in the ARR.
Yeah.
Fine, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Aditya Rathi from Equitas Investments. Please go ahead.
Thank you for taking my question. My first question is regarding the timeline of both the parks that are coming up, Odisha and Chennai.
Yes.
The timeline regarding that. When do we think that it will be functional?
So I think next year, the next financial year, we will open Odisha, and the year after that, we'll open Chennai. So maybe June, July of 24, and same July, August of 25.
Okay, perfect. And sir, my last question is regarding the capex that we have already incurred on it and capex that we incur on it.
Arun can give an update on that.
Yeah. So as I updated earlier, we have spent about 48 crores out of 146 crores, which is budgeted for Odisha. And for Chennai, the budget is 330, out of which we have spent 130.
130.
113, 113.
Okay, 113. And Chennai, we have incurred 48 crores out of what is the total plan?
Not Chennai. Odisha is 48, Chennai is 130.
Okay.
There will be some revision in our cost though.
There will be a revision in the cost also going forward. So this is the numbers as of now. Yeah.
Okay.
Actual spend is 48 and 113.
Mr. Aditya, does that answer your question?
Yeah. I said that's it from. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next question is from the line of Ankit Kanodia from Investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much for taking my question and congratulations on good set of numbers. So my question is slightly long-term oriented as to how do we see this footfall going up, say about 5 to 7 years down the line? I know it is hard to put a number, but when we look at the examples in the US where we have so many parks like this and the kind of runway we see in the Indian economy where the consumption and the retail demand for having these kind of experiences, is it okay to assume somewhere around, say, assuming that we have the capacity in our park, we can reach somewhere around any big number or any number you would like to share, say 7, 8 years down, 10 years down the line, footfalls?
See, right now we are at 1.2 million. By 7, 8 years we should get closer to 2 million visitors. That's the goal. Slowly it should grow. The footfall should grow in each park. But when you grow footfalls like that, the park also has to get bigger. So that is it's a chicken and egg. You have to do both. So that's why we are kind of embarking on like expansion on our park, because that's what also drives more footfalls in a way. Because people need to have the right experience, right? And we should be able to accommodate more people.
Right. My second and the last question would be related to ARPU. So again, from a longer term perspective, where do we see ARPU from here as more and more park becomes?
The ARPU should grow. I mean, I think it should grow inflation plus another 5%, 6% on top of that also. So I think ARPU should grow because I think we have a multi-pronged approach to improve ARPU. One is to increase ticket prices. One is to improve non-ticket revenue, which is also actually going to be a bigger and bigger contributor of ARPU going forward. So I think that also should grow in double digits is what I think.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. And all the best.
Thanks.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take this as the last question for the day. I now hand the conference over to the management for the closing comments.
Thank you everyone for joining our Q2 conference call. Wishing all of you a very happy Diwali once again, and we'll hope to see you guys soon. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. On behalf of ICICI Securities, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.